I'm Andrew from Driven Athlete Training. Recently, I've had a few people ask me what I carry around in my gear bag. So some people rock up to the gym with just a water bottle and a towel. I rock up with a bag. So I wanted to go through everything that's in the bag and explain why I have everything with me. So the first thing I'm going to go through is the middle of my bag. So I've got a Trigger Point foam block. So this kit comes with a quad roller and also a smaller roller which you can use for your calves. So these all work together as a kit. So these are better for, this one here is better for the bigger areas, and this one here for obviously the smaller areas, so like your calves. And this block just helps with a bit of elevation, so you can apply a bit more pressure to get a bit better result from your mobility exercises. Another thing I have is a weightlifting belt, so Technique Strength weightlifting belt. Mainly don't really use a weight belt for most of my lifting, but for 1RM tests or heavy doubles, I'll tend to stick with the belt. The next thing I have is weightlifting shoes. So I've got the Nike Romaleos, which are great for lifting. I don't really wear them too much either, mainly for 1RM testing or weightlifting comps. The next thing I have is a pair of running shoes. So my normal shoes are the Reebok Nanos. I find for running I don't really like them that much, so I try to use something with a little bit more cushioning underneath for running. I have a mobility ball, so that's from Technique Strength and Fitness as well. That's nice and firm, as well as the Trigger Point ball as well, which is a tiny bit softer. So I mix it up between the two depending on what I'm doing. Next thing is a Voodoo floss band. So you can use that for compression of certain areas, and it helps with blood flow. So every now and then I use that. Also have wrist wraps. Haven't worn wrist wraps for a while. I used to get sore wrists all the time, but I've fixed that up, so now I can train actually without wrist wraps. So they just sit in there for now, but I don't really get used. In the side of my bag, got a few ropes. So I have a spare thin rope for my RX jump rope, which I can change the ropes out of. I got another skipping rope, which is just a speed rope. I don't really use that one too much. It's a bit light for me. And got my RX jump rope. So that's shoved in the side of my bag, it's all tangled. That's got a heavier rope than what the other one is, so I find it personally easier to use the heavier rope than the lighter one. Got another rope with a steel cable. That's a Technique Strength and Fitness one as well, so that's a good rope. Also have a fair bit of tape. So use goat tape, that's from Technique Strength as well. So I find this stuff works really well and sticks even when I'm sweating. So I used to use the normal tape here. As you can see, it's a full roll still, because once I got this stuff, I stuck with this. This stuff tends to come off when you get wet. This one stays on through the whole session, and I find it hard to get off as well, so it's good. Got some rock tape as well. Don't really tend to use rock tape that much, but carry it around with me just in case. And some deodorant in case you have to go to a family dinner after you finish training. Also have some lifting straps. So I don't use lifting straps all that often. I use them mainly for pulls, not because I have weak grip strength, but just because I want to save my hands. So I want to be able to train for the rest of the week after doing heavy pulls. At home as well, things I don't carry around with me are things like foam rolls. So at home I have a longer foam roller, which is a medium density foam, which works well for certain areas, and also have the high density foam rumble roller, so it helps with tight areas. Sometimes when I'm really sore, this one's a bit too harsh, so I'll go with the blue one, but most of the time I just stick with this one. That's everything in my gear bag. Those wondering why I carry a bag around with me, that's why. I've got all this stuff in there for every different scenario, but I find being most prepared for training by having all my gear there helps me to train better and more consistently. Hope this is helpful.